The first vampire came from Lamae Bal. She was not a willing subject.
Who are you?
Lamae was indeed an ancient race that became the modern-day Imperials. So, naturally, we will select Imperial as the race.
Divines, please help me. You, come on!
Follow Ralof into the keep so you can collect the more valuable Imperial armor. Lamae was a priestess of Archery, so use destruction magic to deal with the Imperials. Take their light armor, collect the mage gear, then leave Helgen. Assign the thief stone, then fish for some salmon roe while you wait for Ralof to catch up. In Riverwood, grab a woodcutter's axe and chop some firewood. Then, go and steal the garlic from all of the buildings around town. Collect Nordic barnacles at the Sunken Barrow and Sunken Ship in Lake Ilinalta. Then, fish for more salmon roe on your way to Whiterun. Take the cart to Riften and head up to the Shrine of Zenithar. You can lure the monster back to the guards, or even the Khajiit if they're around.
That takes care of that.
Take both the amulet and the Blessing of Zenithar. Both of these give you 10% better prices. Head into the city and give gold to a beggar. This gives you a plus 10 bonus to speech, which further increases your selling price. Then, just sell anything you don't need.
Oh, thank you.
Head back to Whiterun and give gold to another beggar. Use this speech bonus to persuade Mikhail to leave Carlotta alone. This will let you take the garlic from her stall and from her house. You can also sell the firewood that you chopped in Riverwood to Holder. This will let you take her garlic, but also lets you sleep at the inn free of charge, granting the well-rested bonus for 10% faster skill leveling. You can also steal more garlic from House Greymane, and there are more Nordic barnacles in the moat outside Dragon's Reach. Next, you'll need to buy some spells from Farengar, namely Candlelight, Muffle, Soul Trap, and Turn Lesser Undead. Take a ride over to Windhelm and visit Revan Sadri in his store. Agree to help him out, and then drop Viola's ring in the cupboard in her home. Once you've dropped off the ring, combine the garlic, Nordic barnacle, and salmon roe you collected. Once you level up, return to Revan and give him the good news. This will unlock him as a common level speech trainer. Since he is a general merchant, you can buy speech training from him and then sell him the potions for your money back. Complete this cycle of making potions to level up and selling them for speech training until you reach 50 speech. This allows you to purchase the Merchant perk. Now that you have the Merchant perk, you can trade any leftover potions you have to Wunferth for destruction training. You should have enough potion ingredients to train to Wunferth's cap of 50 destruction. To reach 60 destruction and gain access to the augmented element perks, you'll need to join the College of Winterhold. you can trade any remaining potions to Feralda for destruction training, and also buy your destruction spells of choice.
If you're looking for
Return to Windhelm and catch the Northern Maiden to Solstheim. Over at the Retching Netch, hire Teldrin Sero and lead him up to White Ridge Barrow. Teldrin can easily deal with the flame-cloaked spiders since his Dunmer blood grants him fire resistance. Once you've made it through the barrow, grab the Black Book and portal to Apocrypha. Cast Candlelight so the darkness doesn't damage you. Then just run past the enemies as they appear. Once you reach the summit, just read the Black Book to unlock the Seekers. These will give you 10% faster leveling for the relevant skills. For this build, you'll only need the Seeker of Sorcery, unless you plan on adding crafting to the build later on. At this point, you should also be able to complete your destruction training with Feralda and unlock the Augmented Flames perks.
So who are you? What do you want?
Head to Fort Dawnguard, southeast of Riften, and offer to help out.
Oh, we're getting the fort back into shape.
Go and investigate Dim Hollow Crypt, burn some vampires, and discover what they were looking for. To get Serana home to Castle Volkihar, you can hire a boat from either Dawnstar, Solitude, or Windhelm. Enjoy the family reunion, and then accept Harkon's reward and become a vampire lord.
And here we are. Now,
Speak to Garen Morethi about the Bloodstone Chalice and Redwater Den.
that is the source of Redwater Den.
Before leaving the castle, you can gain some quick Vampire Lord perk progression by using Drain Life on the Vampire Cattle downstairs. You can also gain progress by using it on wild animals such as wolves, goats, and spiders. Head to Redwater Den and drain the life of everyone in the Skooma Den. Once you've cleared the next chamber, grab the Telekinesis spell tome from the cage. As you continue, keep using the Drain Life power as your main attack to earn Vampire Lord perk progression. Once they are available, use Vampiric Grip to knock down opponents, and summon Gargoyle as a diversionary target. Then, just fill the chalice, deal with your rivals,
You've done, Lord Harkon.
and return to the castle.
Take what you've learned to heart, and be careful who you trust.
To level the core skills of this build, get yourself a Death Hound. Lead it to the crypt, and sleep in a coffin for the rested bonus. You can then cast Turn Lesser Undead on the Death Hound to level Restoration. Sleep in the coffin again to restore your Magicka, then repeat this process until you reach 70 Restoration and can unlock the Necromage perk. You can similarly level Conjuration by casting Soul Trap on the Death Hound. Be careful not to cast the spells too rapidly, otherwise the Death Hound might become hostile.
Stupid dog.
Repeat until 100 Conjuration for access to the Twin Souls perk. Next, repeatedly cast Muffle to level Illusion to 100. To level Alteration, visit the College of Winterhold and find Drevis Naloran.
You can see me? Go to
Offer to help with college business, then equip the Mystic Tuning Gloves and quick save in front of the focal point.
Until next time.
Activate the focal point, and you'll hopefully get the plus 100 Fortify Magicka for 2 hours effect. If not, just reload the save and retry until you get it. With this effect, you can use the Telekinesis spell to quickly reach 100 Alteration. With Vampirism and the Necromage perk unlocked, if you then obtain the Atronak perk in the Alteration skill tree and assign the Atronak stone, you will have 100% magic absorption. Whilst this is a great defense against mages and dragon breath attacks, it can also prevent your summons from working. Personally, I prefer to obtain the magic resistance perks and the Lordstone.
Speak with Farron.
Return to the castle and ask around about what you can do to help. You want to be sent to Farron Sardri for the Rings of Blood Magic quest. If you aren't, you can load a save or just complete whatever quest you were given.
Revel in your power.
The rings will be found in random locations, so just follow the markers and collect them both. For this build, we'll be using the Ring of the Erudite. Next, you also want to do the Amulets of Night Power quest, also given by Farron Sardri.
Good luck.
This quest is only available after you unlock the Summon Gargoyle and Nightcloak Vampire Lord perks. Again, the amulets will be in random locations, and for this build, we are specifically after the Amulet of the Gargoyle. Continue with the Vampire Faction questline and the Chasing Echoes quest. Towards the end of the Castle Volkihar ruins, you come to a room with 2 coffins and some gargoyles. Between the 2 coffins, you can find one of the 2 attainable sets of Vampire Royal Armor. Once you progress into the Soul Cairn, you can collect some unique Conjuration spells. First, head to the westernmost keeper. From there, go east through these pillars and you can grab the Conjure Bone Man Tome from this shrine. Next, head to the southernmost keeper. Just to the east is another shrine with the Conjure Wrathman Tome. The Wrathman is comparable to the Dremora Lord in that it has more health but lower damage output. Overall, it's a useful ally when not in Vampire Lord form. Lastly, head to the easternmost keeper. From there, just go south until you find this raised platform. Up the stairs, you will find the Conjure Mistman Tome at another shrine. All 3 of these summons are affected by the Dual Casting, Summoner, and Twin Souls perks. Additionally, the Bone Man and Wrathman summons are also affected by the Necromancy and Dark Souls perks. If you're interested, you can also find Arvak's skull south of this final keeper. Bringing the skull to Arvak's deceased owner will grant you the ability to summon this skeletal steed.
Sorry, just thinking about my experiments.
Head to the Temple of Mara in Riften and speak to Dinya Balu for the Book of Love quest.
You must first act as her hands in the world.
Help the forlorn lovers,
I'm so confused. What's happening?
then return to the temple for the Agent of Mara effect.
So the rest of the province may shine with her glories.
If you're after a non-crafting build, I suggest grabbing the Diadem of the Savant from the chopping block outside Froki's shack. This circlet reduces the cost of spells in all schools by 5%. Or, you can just buy a circlet from Radiant Raiment that corresponds to your preferred school of magic. Adding crafting to this build allows you to get the most out of the Necromage perk. First, level the Enchanting skill by enchanting iron daggers with the Banish enchantment. You can buy the Banish enchantment from Fihada and other weapons merchants. Then, collect some more garlic, Nordic barnacles, and salmon roe. Craft yourself some alchemy gear and combine the ingredients for 100 alchemy. Next, you'll need to acquire your attire. The closest clothing I could find to what Lamae wears is Vittoria Vici's wedding dress and wedding sandals. You can obtain these by killing Vittoria Vici during the Bound Until Death quest for the Dark Brotherhood.
Victoria, no!
It's up to you whether you would rather wear the wedding dress or the vampire royal armor, but for the purpose of accuracy, I'll continue with the wedding dress. For gloves, I think the Mythic Dawn gloves are a good match. To get them, head over to Dawnstar and visit Silas Vesuvius at his museum. Once inside, you can either complete the Daedric quest or just kill him now. Either way, once he is dead, the gloves won't be marked as stolen. Then, just enchant the gear with your preferred enchantments. I've listed the enchantments that I chose in the description. Surprisingly, you are also able to enchant the Amulet of the Gargoyle, making it a 3-effect item. With that, the build is pretty much complete. I would recommend continuing the Dawnguard storyline as a priority, and obtaining Ariel's bow and the blood-cursed elven arrows. Firing the arrows at the sun creates an eclipse, which allows you to recover health, stamina, and magicka during daylight hours. By defeating Lord Harkon, you can also obtain his sword. This is a great weapon for adding one-handed to the build, as it allows you to regenerate your health, magicka, and stamina whilst damaging your enemies. Of course, you also want to destroy the Dawnguard once and for all. During this quest, you can also use a high-level calm spell, or the Voice of the Emperor power, to gain access to the Dawnguard merchants. This allows you to buy 200 elven arrows and the Sunfire spell from Serene Gerard, as well as the Stendarr's Aura and Vampire's Bane spells from Florentius Baenius. Now, let's have some fun. Exact your vengeance on the god Archery by slaughtering all of his priests. Eliminate any rival vampire clans. Bring the worthy into the fold. Desecrate the shrine of Lamae Bal. And dispose of his Daedric artifact in the Sea of Ghosts. Well, that's it for this build. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to everyone who subscribes to my channel, leaves a comment, or likes the videos. If you have any comments or suggestions, I'd love to hear them. Thanks again, and see you next time.